and welcome to WrestleCulture. God, it's been a long time since I've said that.
Yeah.
With the three of us at least.
The three of us. Look who else is here.
We're the three best friends that anyone can have. Yeah, microphone adjustments. God, it has been a while.
Yep.
It has been a while.
I've realised I haven't practiced this, so I apologise in advance.
Well,
What do I
why
do?
would you ever want to change a winning formula? It's worked so well, all this lack of practice. No pressure.
Okay.
Just take your time.
Once upon a time, a few years ago, me and Phil got to attend the AEW show, but not now, not now, not now, ow, 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 'cause AEW Double or Nothing is this weekend and all Elite fans are absolutely buzzing. Oh, they can't wait, but it's not the only show with the wrestling. On this weekend, there's Saturday night's main event. And best of all, Battleground. Oh! Oh! Double or nothing. Oh! Oh! Double or nothing. I'm Adam Wilbourn from WhatCulture, joined by Phil James and Adam Nicholas from WhatCulture.
You were at a podcast convention over the last 2 days, representing our company across the world.
White collar Wilbourn,
Yeah.
doing his best.
And now look at him.
And now look at him.
What do you do on your podcast?
Back home. Where
Professional, why'd you ask?
But professional journalist, actually, if anything. The one true.
But yes, we were just discussing before we started here how long it's been since we last did
been a while.
this version of a three-man wrestle.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time, Phil. Cheers. Cheers.
Oh, cheers.
back.
Yeah,
Nicholas, cheers. Cheers. Good to have you back, mate.
Nice to have you back, boys. Pleasure. There you go.
For audio listeners, you want to tell us what we're looking at?
Go on, Phil.
In the mouth.
Oh.
Dirty boy.
Hey, that is the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen.
This is my best shirt. This what you on about?
So go on, tell us what the hell this is about.
I'm just
For all
disappointed.
you
that-
audio people out there,
I'm disappointed-
Adam Nicholas is currently holding a gigantic rattlesnake that is also a mug.
And I'm cutting off Phil Chambers' head with a chainsaw.
That's exactly what's happening. Call the police, listeners. Not you, though, because you know what's going on.
Yes.
Two things. First of all, I'm a little bit thrown because he hasn't finished his intro, which was weird for him.
True,
Oh, yeah.
Which
Sorry.
is really odd for him. I feel like it's too late now. I feel like you have a chance.
time's passed.
Maybe you don't have to do it anymore. Maybe you've like moved past it. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Put it on a button. There we
Instead
go.
of like the three of you, Hamlet and Sid, trying to memorize it weekly. Well, them two trying to memorize it
don't do
weekly.
it.
Maybe just don't do it. Just say hello.
No, also it.
All right. I'm disappointed in you both because I thought maybe at least one of you would know the history of this mug.
Craig Ferguson.
Craig Ferguson.
I mean, it's Carl Stevens just wrote it in the chat, so I can't take credit for that one.
Well done, Kyle Stephen, and not you.
No.
Not you or you. But yes, this mug is the mug, not the actual mug, obviously.
Specific
The mug that Craig Ferguson used to have on the late show with Craig Ferguson when he was doing it. And I have wanted one of these for ages, right? And as I got to go and visit my old man in Canada while we were all on our travels, the reason we haven't been here all of this time, I thought he had one, and I didn't ask him for it. I just said I was looking for one.
I remember you talking about a mug.
There you go.
But I didn't see it, obviously, so I didn't know what it was.
And then
I thought
he
he was talking about me.
Well, we probably
Usually.
did. It usually is him. But he very kindly gifted me his mug and said,
Oh, that's
I've had a
lovely.
lot of pleasure out of this. Now you can have it. I don't think he meant pleasure, like, you know. At least I
you
hope
never
not.
know.
I've cleaned
their
it
mouth
thoroughly.
do.
I've cleaned it thoroughly. But yeah, so now I am the proud owner of a snake mug, which we had to then get back from
That's
from
breakable,
Canada.
isn't it?
And I was so focused on making sure this mug didn't break and keeping it in my hand luggage that somehow, impossibly, I managed to forget don't tell anyone in the future because they still don't know, my work laptop on the flight back from Edmonton in Canada to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you know it, we've got it back.
Hey.
So it
Got
didn't
it
matter.
back.
So you don't need to know, future. It's
fine
all
now.
fine.
Future.
It's all good.
Nothing happened.
And you paid for it in my expenses.
Yes.
So thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, guys.
There you go.
We've got a lot to talk about today. I'm not going to
Feel
make
powerful.
you cover
Don't lie
everything
to
we've
me.
missed.
Feel powerful with this.
I'm not surprised. What are you drinking in there? And does it make things taste better? It looks like it
Does
does.
everything taste like snake?
Tastes slippery. and mischievous. That's all I want to say.
But we have to talk about, the first thing to talk about.
Vegas.
The reason basically I have this mug.
Let's go back.
I've never seen such a disconnect between us and our audience than the reaction to this news. Aside from a select number of people, everyone was a bit, and I understand why, and especially if you were excited about going to New Orleans, as we were.
Yes, I was definitely excited to go to New Orleans. I am disappointed. I've never been to New Orleans.
That out there first is that, I mean, this is terrible for the people of New Orleans.
It's real bad,
This is becoming a habit of WWE's where they're like, hey, you've got Mania, but by the way, you haven't got Mania.
By the way, someone else gave us more money.
So I could totally understand everybody being real pissed about that. We were legitimately already planning where we were going to go after New Orleans, basically, this next year, because that's a great place that I've always wanted to go and I've never been.
Yep.
However,
Vegas
was pretty good. Like, really good, in fact. And I would already thinking, like, could definitely do that again. I just didn't imagine it would be literally next year.
Anything
potentially
is possible in the pyramid.
That's what I've heard.
What can you say?
That's what I've heard.
May have had a cheeky email from MGM already. We're running it back, maybe. So
HyperX shouting us out on Instagram, was it? Yeah, I mean, we love Vegas. I think it's the best city in the world. So tough tits, New Orleans, I suppose.
Sorry.
But gutted about that side of things. But at the same time, oh well. And then when people, and again, it's another disconnect. When people are like, come on, WWE, if you're, binning off New Orleans because they've not paid enough money or whatever it is, guys, London's got a lot of money. Let's do WrestleMania in London. No.
Again,
I've been to London. It's great.
Again, selfishly, like, we obviously enjoy the trips away.
Yeah.
If we didn't do this job, I would be like, hell yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
London. Let's
London,
go to London. That would be amazing. Imagine how many times you've ever dreamt about being able to just go to WrestleMania on your doorstep, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
Think about an amazing wrestling show for the first time ever at Wembley.
yeah, that would
New
be
Wembley.
great, wouldn't it?
Wow.
No one's ever done that before. So that would be. That's.
But Vegas. Okay then. Sounds good.
Stupid minds are already planning big stupid things for next
Bigger.
year. Bigger and stupider things for next year.
I, however, am not planning anything until I see confirmation.
Yeah.
I don't want my heart broken.
No backseas as well. They
Yes.
have to write with it.
Well, according
That's
to
it.
Meltzer anyway, there's some chinks in the road, let's say, because they have supposedly booked out Allegiant Stadium for the 18th and 19th of April, but there's a concert on like a couple of days before that would make the get-in for WrestleMania, like building the stage and everything.
Right. Quite tight.
Real tight. So they're trying to oust that concert. Apparently that concert's gone. We've got a contract, you idiots.
Yeah.
Oh,
they'll pay the money though, won't they?
they'll either pay him out of the
Or
contract,
the
or
other
they'll just make
stubbornness.
everyone work 24/7 round the clock to get it set up.
Oh yeah, that's what they'll do.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't care, do they? They'll just make it so.
And that the Las Vegas Convention Center is already booked, so they wouldn't have as much room for the WWE access, well, WWE World, whatever they call it now. But then there's another convention center at Mandalay Bay that they could just use. So
Yeah,
that's also
it's
fine.
not
There's
like
other
they're
options. It's
not like they're
Vegas,
going to be shy of options. I wonder would that. I don't know how much it would hold. Like, obviously, it probably won't be the same. But I wonder how, like, the baseball stadium that they're building.
Yeah.
I wonder how big that's going to be.
Wait, will it be built?
And would it be built by then? I doubt it. But that would.
Yeah, I doubt it. They'll want to.
I mean,
if it's big enough, they'll want to be like the first big.
That's it.
Like not.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, to be fair, I
thing
think
that
they-
isn't baseball in there.
I think they like the idea of the Allegiant Stadium, don't they? Because that's still relatively new, and it was I really enjoyed the Allegiant Stadium for what it's worth. I don't think they'll be shy on options, will they? And let's not forget one of the best and funniest things about all of this is that sometimes, every now and again, as you might have noticed on the wrestling, your best friend will turn up, and he'll be like, my name's Dwayne, and I know everything. I am the most powerful. And I will announce all of the fun stuff, and I'll be 3 different characters in one promo. It's quite funny that he's gone out there and be like, guys, New Orleans, baby. Put it in your diaries, book those hotels, let's go.
I would not be surprised if SmackDown opens up with Triple H coming out to his theme music to announce Las Vegas.
Coins falling from the sky as he spits his water up in the air. Like, wouldn't it be so funny
The
if he was...
Hives hate to say I told you so is his new entrance music.
We messaged this, and there's no way that I have any information to know that this is true.
Mm-hmm.
It is purely hearsay on my side of things. Wouldn't it be funny, though, if Paul, Triple H Levesque, and Nick Khan had already had a chat about this and were like, yeah, just we're going to do Vegas. But
Let's
just
swerve them.
don't say anything. And then Rock's like, I'm turning up and I want all the stuff. They're like, you know what, Rock? We've got just the thing.
You put
We've
your
got
name
just
on it,
the thing for you, Dwayne. You can announce New Orleans because you're the best. Hey? Off you go.
Rubbing his bald head.
I don't even care if it's not true. I love that, and that will be my headcanon forever.
I think the deal breaker should have been a show in the Sphere. We'll bin off New Orleans, but we're doing the Sphere.
That's true. They've not run the Sphere yet.
We could run the Sphere. We got time.
We could.
I've ran the Sphere.
You have.
I have
Gave
ran
you
the
a
Sphere.
little coy look. Didn't
Ran
it?
around the Sphere with
Same
Michael
thing.
Hamflet on the first day? Second day, technically.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the chat. I will get to some lovely comments.
You
Thank
will.
you to everyone who's got involved today. Brazilian Air, thank you as always for all your lovely
Hello.
messages.
It was
Says-
lovely to meet in person, by the way.
Yes.
One of your catchers, I believe, wasn't it?
Yes.
One of the many catchers of you.
Well, I'm going to have to up it next year now. Front flip or something off the stage.
I have never been so scared for your well-being, and I don't really care that much. But I was like, this is going to be a terrible end to the show if he dies here.
Brazilian Air says the Sphere is owned by the same group that owns MSG.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they've already got a
They've
relationship.
already got an in.
But it's also not MGM, and if MGM might be like,
Yes.
you're only doing it in
Yeah.
MGM properties,
Yeah.
which could
Which
be a
is-
big reason as to why they didn't do anything.
Be very
this year.
fair.
Yeah.
But, you know, we could save up. We've got time to save up now, haven't we?
Yeah.
We-
But we're MGM people.
We're
We
MGM
are.
people.
We're
Maybe we can put
basically as big as WWE.
we
I
can
think,
put
is
in a
what
good
that
word for
means.
them, can't we?
Yeah.
Let me try and book a venue. Sorry, WhatCulture's already got it. Not good enough for press, are we?
Oh, yeah. That's an interesting little tidbit, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Gave me and Adam Wilbourn the big FU.
They really did.
It was like,
If your name isn't Phil
really
Chambers
did.
and Simon Miller, you're not coming
yeah,
in.
denied. 1 year.
One brief, beautiful year.
Yeah.
Press, and then never again.
The joke's on them, though, because we got to breathe actual fireworks smoke.
We got covered in
Did you?
ash.
Did you? I don't know. But it was a pretty good experience.
Hi to Matt Rains, who says, happy Friday, boys. Time to run it back in Vegas. Hope you three
Yeah.
incredible gents have a wonderful weekend. Can't wait to see Liverpool lift the trophy Sunday in front of the fans. Love you, brothers. Yeah, it's last day of the Premier League season, of course, Phil.
Oh, you're giddy, Phil, but just
Super excited.
hold it down. Hold it down.
Oh.
Shout out to the wonderful Mark Lee Willis, who was asking about WrestleCulture yesterday.
And last week, I believe, as well.
Yes. And says, after asking if this would be live, I won't probably be here for it. Apologies. Hope you have a great weekend up the villa.
That's funny. I respect the hustle, Mark. I
Yeah.
do. That's
Yeah.
good. Tease us out of hibernation. And then be like,
Nah,
not
actually.
on my time, actually. On my time.
Stephen says, g'day, handsome gents.
Sorry, Steve.
After a Sidgwick cock-slaughtering promo exchange from Hangman and Ospreay.
Oh, it was good.
I missed all this.
Yeah, it was good. I don't watch much wrestling anymore because it's that's not true. I watch the clips that are relevant and important, but that made me feel a whole lot of stuff.
Made me feel.
It did, and it's always Hangman Page when he had that one backstage with Swerve and he did like the I know. That was electrifying. Same again with this Will Ospreay one. Genuinely, like it. You know it's good, and I'll give you because I know I'm not really an authority on this anymore. But Hamflet said it is as good, if not better, than the Cody Rhodes and CM Punk one. At the start of the year, he said it's right up there.
praise.
So,
From Dr. Phil.
and I would struggle to disagree with him because it made me want to watch that match.
That's the goal. That's
And-
what they do.
Steve says, what song would you put to their video package? Anything by Creed? Thanks, legends. Thanks to you, Steve.
Ooh, their video package. Nothing by Creed because it's obviously WWE heavy that. I bet lots of people are going to do a My Way something or other before that happens.
Yeah, definitely.
The internet's always good for a My Way. I don't know. That's just it would be something I would pick something different and original. Do you know what I mean? Because that's just me though. I'm old fashioned like that.
Old fashioned like that.
I think the
Might
best.
fit Will Ospreay.
I think the best homage is something
You're
involving.
fit, but my God, don't you know it?
Just add a My God in there.
Yeah.
You just do your thing, Phil. You just do your thing.
Like Taylor Swift, because like I knew you were trouble when you walked in. Actually, kind of works quite well with Double or Nothing. I've been thinking about that for a
Apparently
while
so.
now.
Yeah.
I think so.
Nice.
Who do you think wins the Owen Hart Cups? It's obviously got Hangman Page versus Will Ospreay, and of course, on the women's side of things, it is Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes.
Money.
Is it as obvious as I think it is?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It is, or it should be. However, I think that's the good thing about the promo. Really, I would happily take a case for either man. But if it is, like, if they're going the way they're going, it obviously feels like Ospreay is the newer version of, like,
one.
yeah, exactly. And, you know, Hangman, by his own admission in his promos, still got some stuff lingering in the back there that he might have to deal with. But you could make a case for either.
It absolutely
You
works
could absolutely make a case for either, and you never know, they might end up pulling off another, like, something happens that stops one of them from winning the match, and it's maybe not Ospreay's time or something. It's, God forbid, it's the Don Callis family, some way, shape, or form.
Jesus Christ.
Please, God, no. We've had enough. But yeah, it's you'd think Ospreay. You'd lean in Ospreay's direction, I think, especially with All In.
That's the biggest thing with
in
this.
Texas
Is
being
you've
a
just
big,
got to
like-
think of what is the biggest thing you can do at All In.
But is he to be the one? If it is him, is he to be the one?
Surely.
To well, you say that, but your mate's up. He's just climbed Everest, and they're like, "Hey," and he put a flag there and everything. It's like, "Look, I'm still here. I still care about the cause."
This is true.
And
It would make more sense story-wise. Darby Allin, probably.
maybe
Long term.
long term, but I feel
not
like
recently, obviously.
that's part of me is just like absolutely just give it to one of the obviously Ospreay is the one it seems like it's going to be.
Yeah.
It feels fresh. It feels new. There's nothing to say Darby Allin couldn't come back and have a grudge about it and be like, it was supposed to be my chance and I've lost out on this and that. And then you'd say, but you climbed a mountain, Darby.
Yeah.
You chose
Now
to
I've got
do that.
another
And then
mountain
just
to
any
climb.
And now you have a new mountain. It's
Yeah.
metaphorical.
Any kind
easier.
of feud, like long-term feud between Ospreay and Darby Allin would be nuts. If you do like a 3-match feud or something
Yeah,
between them,
for
the
sure.
escalation in that would be ridiculous.
Be good.
I feel like that's more. I think that's easier to call, and I think Mercedes wins. But
I think Mercedes.
don't
is-
bet against Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, you definitely can't at the minute.
No.
She's on a hot streak.
I would really like to
100%.
see her get back to the heights.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I loved Jamie Hayter during that initial where she rose to the top.
Yeah.
And it seems like she's had to climb her own mountain to get back to anywhere near being, even just to get some TV time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we'll bring her back in a pre-show segment.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
It's Jamie Hayter. Have you ever seen her kiss the bicep before?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, she's hellish, but I think she needs, maybe it's the Mercedes money is too good right now for her, and you can tell a bit of a longer tale to be like, okay, I'm good, but I need to get there.
Yeah.
That would maybe be the thing, but again, I wouldn't be disappointed with either.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what feels good about this pay-per-view. It feels like
Yeah.
I'd be happy with either to win.
I
in
feel like
both
just on a
matches.
pure, what is the biggest match for All In? It feels like it's Mercedes now.
Normally, I kind of agree with people when you're like, for a great match, you need a fairly straightforward babyface and heel dynamic. Oh, no, I don't want the heel to win. I want the babyface to win. But with this, it's just like, oh, I want them to win. Oh, actually, no, I want them to win after they've done that. I don't think it's going to affect the matches whatsoever, although Mercedes obviously is more heelish in this scenario. But I would say Ospreay and Mercedes feel the obvious.
There was the obvious, very obvious Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter. They've got history
priors.
when it comes to the big belt, so you couldn't rule it out. But yeah, I think if you're just going with pure momentum and what the narrative has told you for these two characters for the last however many months, whether their shows have been high or low, the direction has been there for both characters, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that Jamie Hayter thing of not quite there yet, go off, do something else along the sort of mid-card, and then whether she's the one to dethrone Mercedes Moné and sort of beat her streak in AEW.
Like you do a year later. I wasn't good enough to beat you in the
really-
cup, but I might be able to beat you now.
But would be a really good moment.
You've also got Anarchy in the arena.
Sure do.
No idea what music's going to be playing for that this time around. I assume that I like the fact that they do that. I hope they do that again.
Well,
How do you feel about Anarchy in the arena in 2025?
I might be able to help you here because I was watching I can't remember what the song was now though. Did they not do a tease? People in the audience, did they not do a tease of what might be to come on Dynamite? I'm sure. They played a little bit of it was a tune. What was the tune? I should have listened. I should have listened. I should have listened instead of produced. I should have been listening. It's not easy.
Guns
to
N'
do both
Roses,
things.
says Vanders.
I don't know what it was, but basically they played. I'm sure they played something while they were brawling on Dynamite. I feel like Sid said that on the thing. I might be making this up entirely, in which case it was
Matt
all
Rain
true.
says, yes, it was that new poop Dynamite theme.
That's what it was.
Ah.
And Sid didn't like the theme so much. But yeah, That's what they played. I don't know if they're going to play that again, but
maybe.
sounds like people don't want that.
I don't know. How do you, like, I saw a lot of complaints about, not a lot, I shouldn't say that actually. I saw some people quite rightly saying, ugh, I don't like how don't like how it's just like, well, it's May, it's time for Anarchy in the Arena.
That's my biggest problem with it, is that it's become formulaic in terms of, like WWE did with all of their pay-per-views for so long, the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, the DLC pay-per-view, or like Elimination Chamber a little bit less so because it kind of became more of a staple, but like that kind of thing where it's, oh God, we need someone for Hell in a Cell because the pay-per-view is coming up. It feels like that, and it's then everything needs to be shoehorned towards that. It's like Survivor Series, just as a thing, it always like just derails storylines because then you need to do the teams thing, which I never quite like when it's set. If it's like built and it's natural storyline and natural payoff, 100% like do it. But because it's like a set on this pay-per-view, there must be this match. It feels just kind of shoehorned in.
Like if you'd managed to get months in advance of having this orbit of people, it's like they're all getting in each other's way and all this stuff, and then it lands. Then you can go like, okay, you know what, just to put the work in there. Yeah, that's fine. But
I'm not against super the talent in it.
No, for sure not. And
because there's some new people that haven't done that kind of thing before.
It's really hard to do, though, isn't it? Like to get all your ducks in a row that many months in advance and keep it all orbiting correctly until you get to that show. So you have sympathy for them because you feel like probably fans do want to see the repeat. You know, it's coming up. I want to see that again. I enjoyed it last year or whatever. But it's super hard not to feel like, it's formulaic. Here we go. We've got to get 6 people together or whatever.
Then again, as people are pointing out in the chat, the Machine of History who's mentioned this. Then again, Eddie Kingston return. God, I'd love to see that man back. Especially, you need someone to sort out and shake this Mox character. Eddie Kingston's your man. God, I've missed him so much. Apparently, people also saying in the chat, it's Sum 41, the new...
Sum 41. That was who it was. Thank you, chat.
Of course.
Should have been paying attention. I literally remember him saying Sum 41 as well.
Haven't they just like done a retirement tour?
Have they?
I thought so. Or they're like in the middle of a retirement tour, just about to do one. It's like great timing. Like
probably in too deep, if anything.
Honestly, I was literally picturing that song playing. And as soon as it said Sum 41, I was like, imagine just them running around in too deep, everyone having a fight.
I mean, I'd be up for it.
If that was a diving board, like a swimming pool, I'm sure I was in the video, and then maybe that one.
There you go.
I'm so old, man. I don't know. I can't
Thank you to Jules, who said it was Sum 41.
Thank you, Jules.
And hi to Tactical Penguin. Sorry about this. Tactical Penguin writes, afternoon, lads. After about a month in the garage and 2 engines later, I can happily say my car is still in pieces. Need you lads to cheer me up. Well, a great quiz coming your way later on today, Mr. Penguin. So look out for that one. Hopefully that will help.
Quiz,
it's all about...
Quiz subject to change.
Also,
snake.
It's about double or nothing. About double or nothing, but not what you'd expect. It's a huge weekend of wrestling. Obviously, the biggest show is NXT Battleground. But there's a little show called Saturday Night's Main Event. Is there a chance, in an attempt possibly to steal the headlines away before the AEW show, that we get the 3rd man, or 4th, I suppose, technically, for Seth Rollins' stable in that Seth and Braun versus Punk and Sammy, which, by the way, on paper sounds incredible. That tag match,
for sure.
I don't know if I want it yet though. The 3rd man to be revealed.
With all the bloodline stuff, they were quite good at eking, like with all the rumors of like Jacob Fatu joining and everybody else joining. Like they were quite good at not rushing it and like waiting for their moment,
doing a different thing than what you thought it was going to be, and holding off on whatever.
Exactly. So I feel like they're going to go down this route and establish the Seth thing before adding to it, and then when they do add to it, it means a little bit more because it's a bit more established, and then like by the time that's kind of waning in popularity or whatever, you've got this new thing to like pull it back up again.
Yeah.
They've got the formula.
You don't need it yet, do you?
Yeah.
I don't know. They might not need it yet, but there's a part of me that really thinks maybe they want to get this established pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because it feels like it's got momentum now. You don't want that to die off. And like, what's going to stop one of the biggest baby faces in the company, CM Punk and Sami Zayn? Like, unless they can't coexist, then maybe it's an immediate additional person, and it was actually the plot all along. They kicked their ass.
Yeah.
And then they're going to need somebody else, and then, oh, you know, they're in the arena as well.
Oh my God, it's bleeding into the other show.
Yeah. What the hell's going on?
We talked a little bit about that on the SmackDown preview, which should be available wherever you get your podcast from right now. And also, it was mentioned, and this is slightly less stakes, I think it's fair to say for you, Phil, regarding, as Ian Smith has pointed out in the chat, a Luxor tattoo. Do you want to tell us the quick backstory to all this? Have you heard about this?
I have heard about this, and I support it fully. And I also said something to Hamble yesterday about a tattoo, so...
Amazing. So it is your fault, it seems.
No, it's not my fault. This was off the back of him telling me.
Enough.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know this about Michael Hamflett, but he gets a little bit giddy on occasion about wrestling, specifically about the Fed, and even more so when it's combined with WrestleMania, and even more so when it's combined with Vegas. So
and Calgary too.
And Calgary,
pretty squealy. Squealy.
I can only imagine if that Bret Hart meetup would have happened, or even the phone call.
True.
Have you told that story last week, did you?
Yeah, I think you mentioned it on the pod last week.
Well, good for you, video watchers only, because that pod didn't go out on the channel. Because someone sent it after 5 o'clock, and I was long gone, baby.
It's the weekend. I don't know you, kid.
I don't know you until Monday, where I'll message you and say, "Oh, look, there's the WrestleCulture." Never mind.
So basically, Hamflett put the lowest stakes ever possible on this, I think. Not the lowest stakes, the lowest... the highest chances of this actually happening. Like, he basically said if Mania goes back to Vegas and we do the Luxor thing again, he'll get a Luxor tattoo. Yeah. It's like, well, the news was already coming out that it was pretty much guaranteed to be Vegas. So it's
like,
I think he just wanted it. He just really wanted it. I said I would, if we go back and it happens, I will get a triangle tattoo. I'm not getting. I love you, Luxor. With all my heart, but if you think I'm getting the brand Luxor tattooed on my body that currently has no tattoos on it and is begging for some tattoos,
this is true.
It will not. It will not be the Luxor brand. I'm sorry. I love you, but no.
But yeah, basically, Hamflett's getting a Luxor tattoo.
Yeah.
So
amazing. Are you going to get one as well? Are you got any space left?
I'll do his.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
At the live show.
At the live show.
We did it, guys. We did
got
it.
There.
We said it was, and one lucky fan can tattoo Michael.
You said it.
Yeah.
That's
he said it.
Contractually binding now.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Interesting.
If anyone knows any, well, I I could do it, but it's probably be much quicker to do it with a gun because I just do stick and poke and it takes like hours. Just shoot
him.
So
be done with it. We don't have to hear about wrestling off that idiot anymore. Just take him out back and hold the yell of him.
We're going through customs. We're flying in. Yeah, WrestleMania, baby. Mr. Chambers, anything to declare? I've got a gun in my bag. It's a tattoo gun. Oh my god.
Tattoo gun. And ignore that large human-shaped package that we're also sending through. Ignore that.
Hi to Mr. Phoenix, who says hey to Willie, Philly, and the warm-hearted, handsome devil, Nikki Adams.
Ooh. Hello.
I'm going to be under siege.
Someone's
there. You didn't get any words, and I got them all.
I'm going to be under siege tonight to kick off a great TNA WWE weekend. Let's see what you did there. Thoughts on TNA inviting Carney and Trump to Border Wars? I'm not surprised, I'll be honest. And Mr. Phoenix also says, the only way I care where Mania happens is A, if it's here in Toronto, B, if it's in Saudi because people will lose their minds, and C, if WWE decides to show us what a full Wembley Stadium looks like.
Ooh. Yeah, got him.
Here's the funny thing, also continues Mr. Phoenix. I'm not a huge AEW mark, but I have people coming at me like, oh, but I bet you'd go to All Out. He said, yes, I will, because it's wrestling in my town. I can get where you're coming from there. The Trump side of things, I mean, it's TNA, which is associated with WWE, which is Chud City Jones right now.
Chud City
not
Jones.
If WWE couldn't get him for WrestleMania, then I'm sorry, TNA, but you ain't getting him for...
Yeah, good point.
I don't know, man.
Yeah?
You never know. You never know where that little orange is going to turn up, do you? A little orange. You just never know. Maybe he's bored.
Maybe he's bored. He's not like he's got anything else to do.
He's like, TNA? I like TNA.
I like TNA.
I do like TNA.
It's a very different thing.
Yeah.
Gets there really disappointed.
Nobody likes TNA more than me. Mr. President, it's not that kind of TNA. What? Well, it better be by the time I get there.
Fix it.
Fix it.
But yes, a huge weekend of wrestling. John Cena versus R-Truth. I'm real nervous about that one.
I mean,
well, why?
I don't know what
you're nervous about.
Exactly, yeah. What are you expecting from this?
I don't know. It's a bit like...
You're not expecting a 5-star classic.
I feel like Truth's not going to win.
What do you think is going to be a better match? That or Jey Uso versus Logan Paul?
I mean, R-Truth versus John Cena, because it's like, what the hell is this? This is
Yeah.
bizarre.
Depends what you like, doesn't it?
It depends
If
what
you
you
like
like.
melodrama, you're going to get lots of it in John Cena versus R-Truth,
Yep.
which I actually think is going to be an over-delivery.
I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be stupid.
If you-
It's not going to be a 5-star classic,
No.
but no one is expecting it to be, so it's not going to go like under expectations because there are none.
If you're still underestimating, look, yes, he's a comedy character.
Yeah.
How many times has R-Truth managed to make you care about something that you were like, God, this is so stupid, and by the end of it, you're like, this is absolutely exceptional. Why is he not higher up?
Yeah.
Because he can still do it. He can still get that emotional response out of you.
He hasn't got that WWE for life job for nothing.
Nah. And I think the thing about this match is that it either they do have a genuine, I mean, it's going to take a lot, genuinely have a good match, or Cena does something ungodly and awful to him, like obliterates him in the worst possible way.
Oh.
Like the Rock Cody bit from
Yeah,
Mania 40.
like kicks the crap out of him. Travis is there with his little sage. Hey, R-Truth, there's a bit of sage. I'm gonna punch you, but not before.
I'm gonna punch
but not before I take 5 minutes to walk to that ring, baby. Feet.
I'll listen to that on the drive.
When a song's so good, you have to make it part of the show. By the way, it's not even that good. It was so great in that moment. Yeah, there's going to be stuff out the ass here, isn't it?
Yeah.
And potentially
There'll be a fun bit. R-Truth will do the 5 moves of doom, and it'll be really fun.
Cody coming back.
That's what people are saying.
Is it time for Cody to come back and make a save, or it probably doesn't work because obviously Punk's also on the card. But I liked your idea of the similarity of Cena and Truth and table stuff and Punk and the table stuff with pipe bomb. I like that. I like it a lot. But I don't think so. I think maybe Cody potentially.
Yeah, it's
Or
it's
Road Dogg Jesse James, because he's got a history with his old pal, K-Quick.
Yeah, of course.
So maybe he'll come for the back to save him.
Maybe, you never know.
Because he's not saved SmackDown.
Oh, Jesus, no. I also was only made aware on SmackDown preview that whole 3 hours coming to an end. Not yet. What?
Not yet.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah, that is
By a very sad Michael Humphrey.
There is
They
going to
have
be
not figured that out for SmackDown.
there's going to be a lot of
God.
idiots as well being like, look at this from R-Truth and John Cena, and look at this from Hangman Page and Will Ospreay. They're not the same type of matches.
I know. R-Truth and John Cena's going to be it. No, I'm joking. I am so looking forward to Ospreay and Hanger. Just before we do any more wrestling talk, because it's going to be the first time I've seen
We've
them.
had enough.
Yeah, we've had enough of all that stuff. I mean, like, honestly, we haven't had a chance to. As part of me would love to just sit and talk about Vegas and all that stuff. And I'm not saying we haven't got
course,
time.
yeah.
We haven't got time for that. We've always got time for that.
Always.
How was a little jaunt down to the south?
It was lovely.
He was representing the podcast at a podcast show.
Yes,
Being
the
a
podcast show London.
professional.
Yeah.
Who knows what that looks like?
Yeah.
we sure don't. But
It's like,
apparently people in London
I
might.
don't know how you represent the podcast without
Yeah, we're banned next year,
being
by the way.
you. Being you. Which means...
Just every time you meet someone new. Hello!
Yeah.
I have to
It's literally like
I have to every 5 minutes I go into the toilet and like shout into a bag to get it out.
6 o'clock at night. He's like, what last one?
No, it was really good. It was really nice. It was nice to
Tell me what you were actually doing. What were you actually doing?
I mean, networking is such a horrible term.
Look at this guy.
But let me tell you,
We'll
that's
make a
gonna-
professional out of
Were you,
you.
were you wearing your tux? See, that's how you should have introduced yourself.
yeah.
Easily.
I mean,
Make an impression.
part of it was nice because it was just like all the people who used to be in radio are now basically in podcasting. So it's a bit of a reunion for me there. But in terms of, looking to try and get more sponsors, looking to get more sort of cross-branded stuff with other companies, et cetera, and it was. I got to meet Spencer Matthews from Made in Chelsea. That was nice as well.
I saw that picture. It made me real sad. But I was happy for you.
Yeah, it was
I'm
lovely,
happy for
man.
you.
Smelled very nice. But yes, it was very much.
Was the Undertaker there?
He was not there.
No.
Neither was Gary Lineker, who was advertised. Bit of a busy week for him, so had to pull out at the last second. But
That was a controversy, Phil. I'll fill you in later. Don't worry about it.
Probably something to do with crisps.
yes, exactly
I
that.
think he wished it was about Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, keeping an eye and an ear out for me, shilling for some more stuff in the coming weeks and months, probably, because I had some very nice chats. And I forgot the bloke's name, but there was a lovely man who came up to us in the pub on.
This is the best way to,
Yeah.
get over with people. Is immediately forget their name.
Yes, on Thursday night, he just came over, and I thought he was coming to do like some like networking.
And he's only just met him, so the first podcast they listen to is this one.
This one. Oh, I wonder what he was saying this week. Sorry, guy.
He just came over and said he was a huge fan of the podcast and the channel, so I appreciate that very much.
Oh, well.
Thanks, random guy.
Thanks, insert name here. Thanks, your name.
Honestly, I was so bad at the people who I met who I was like, big business connection. I was immediately like, okay, goodbye. Immediately write the name down on my phone so I don't forget it.
Yeah.
It's on the app. Doesn't matter.
It's tough business, but it's important.
Hopefully we'll be heading back there. Might even be doing some speaking next year. So get ready, podcast show. Hope you like soundboards.
Do you get free food and drink or not?
Just do a whole talk about. Have you ever heard about soundboards?
No?
I think they give away free
egg.
So that's a no then.
No.
You can get anything free.
I got free booze. I went to the wonderful Acast drinks on Wednesday night.
I think we just asked him that.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I didn't. I'll do an egg sound instead.
Yeah.
Oh, no, actually, I did get free drinks.
No, went to the Acast Arms, as it was called, on Wednesday night, and they couldn't get rid of the booze quickly enough. And chatted to the wonderful John, who I do remember because our contact at Acast, who looked after us. I was
Phil hates him so much that he's just yawning. That's God, I'm so bored of that. Thanks, John, for all your genuine help. That's basically launched this channel itself.
For making this possible.
Yeah, thanks, John.
But it was a lot of fun. I was very sensible. I had 3 drinks.
You're not really. I've noticed this about you. You're not really a drinker anymore.
No,
you're not. Like, and I like it. I kind of like. We were actually very well behaved on the.
Yeah,
it's
especially compared to Hamlet.
It's because.
Everyone was well behaved compared to Hamlet.
Exactly.
I'm not that guy.
It's only because
I'm too nice.
Your
eyes are shut.
To be fair, we've done the other side of it, and it makes doing the stuff really, really hard.
Yeah.
And there's nothing better than feeling like I am awake, I am well fed.
I was very pleased to not have a morning like the morning after WrestleMania in Philadelphia this year.
See, that was the joint noise, that, because all three of us.
3 different nights between the 2 of us.
3 different nights.
But
yeah.
3 very similar mornings.
Yeah.
I didn't actually feel so bad in the morning, but
I felt bad. I woke up and I was late. I was like, I've got to go to WrestleCon with Mel.
That's why it was funny. It was funny because you had to rush off to WrestleCon. And did we have anything to rush off to?
We were probably doing loads of filming for.
It may have just been in-house, but I remember it was funnier because you literally had to go, and I was like, yeah, I'd hate to be that guy right now. Yeah. But he's got to go and switch it immediately back on. I think the only reason I'd let loose was because I thought I've got a little bit of a buffer on that Friday.
Yeah.
But
speaking of WrestleCon, if you get a chance, you haven't seen it already, do check out the MXM interview after
It
WrestleCulture
is
on the main
WhatCulture
channel.
Wrestling main channel now.
Also,
it's genuinely the best interview we have ever done.
Check out Miller getting chopped by Brody King as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
That was
it's on there as well.
unbelievable. And of course, Danhausen and his gigantic funny hat.
And
He just
Miller,
likes wearing a big hat.
It's just good.
and Miller on Miller with
I've not
Ernest
said
the
this
Cat
on the
Miller.
podcast. With Ernest the Cat Miller, 2 Millers in one. But I've not said this on the podcast. But the Danhausen wearing a big hat, that smile and the glint in his eye that Danhausen get is such Wilbourn energy.
Yeah, of course
It's a fair shout.
Like, he's just pleased he's got a big hat.
He sees
on.
a big hat
It's
and
like
goes-
you with everything.
Yeah. With literally everything. Oh,
Yeah.
a prop.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'll
Is
take
there
that.
something?
Well, watch me make this good. This gigantic inflatable microphone.
Before we get to the quiz, I've got to give a shout out to a few other people in the chat. Hi to the wonderful Mimi Burris, who says, hi guys, have a
Hey.
wonderful weekend. You too, Mimi.
Hi, Mimi.
Oh,
Mimi, have you been promoted again yet or not?
Yeah,
What's
probably.
happening? It was a big year. I want more promotions and good stuff.
Dan the Grappler says, hi guys, sad week as I had to put the cat to sleep on Wednesday. Cheer me up by picking a Hangman Ospreay winner and how they are booked going forward. In my IMO, Will should lose and turn heel because the best wrestler in the world
Damn.
being a villain is terrifying.
Ooh, that is terrifying. Well, first of all, I'm very sorry about your cat.
Indeed,
That's
yeah, that
never
is bad
nice, that
news.
stuff. But in terms of Hangman and Ospreay, if you rewind this, no, I'm joking. We've already done it, but no.
We have already
I quite like anything where there could be a deviation that works, though. I don't mind
Yeah.
deviations as long as it's not just the old WWE where it was like, you think you've figured it out, have you? Well, watch me just do the opposite and then not have any plan for it whatsoever. As long as it's not that, I'm open to anything.
I feel like there's a double payoff with Ospreay, and the first one is getting to the World Championship as a face. Because
Yes.
like
Yes.
his fan reaction in AEW was immediate, and he has done everything he can to foster that. And having that moment, I think, is the first one. And then, like later down the line, whether it's a it all goes to his head, or he's like the
punk
face of the
sort of,
chat.
"No,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
wanna
yeah.
lose this."
And then that becomes the thing, and then you can have the double pop of he's a champion heel, and then when he loses the belt, that's the
And
other
that's where you
kind
get the
of
Derby match, maybe.
yeah, well, yeah, there you go.
I'm not saying this is a statement. I'm actually genuinely asking: Is Ospreay like the most organically over to the point of the company feels like they want to put the belt on him since Punk's arrival?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
'Cause
It was
I
a
know
very
I'm not saying he's the
different
only
levels,
one. Like
but-
Swerve obviously was in there and climbed himself.
Yes,
But in terms
yeah.
of like a brand new Swerve's wasn't instantaneous.
Yeah, he
Like it
built
took
it.
time. He
He
built it. That
worked
was
at it,
all
my
him.
God.
And I'm not saying it hasn't been all Ospreay or
Same
it
with
wasn't
Hangman
all
Page,
Punk.
he worked at it.
But it was a different type of rise. Whereas
Yeah.
you bring Punk in and immediately, like, to the point where I
Maybe-
wasn't ready for him to be the champ. I think he should have waited longer. I've talked about this many times.
Yeah.
I think they should have had Hanger beat him first and then work his way back. But Ospreay feels like the first one since that where it's just been like, oh, I don't know if we were expecting him to get this over this quickly. And he
People
really
were
has.
expecting him to be a champion last All In.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like world champion, I mean.
I'd throw Moxley in there as a
Yeah.
one of a three kind of thing, that first initial thing, because I think the pure fact that he was free.
Yeah, actually, in fact, that's a great shout because Moxley really was. I mean, you know, as much as I'm not a fan of his, Jericho comes with a history of being a wrestler who's like
Yeah,
a
it's
long
different,
tenured,
yeah.
and it was kind of the time for him to do something. They needed him at that moment.
Yeah.
The Moxley one though was real, wasn't it? That was, and him carrying. Even I know things have been
Different
questionable
but
now,
that first
but that,
championship reign was good.
and to the point when he was the guy who was picking the ball up after Punk. Like
Yeah.
he was. I remember watching those promos. He was top of the world. That one where he said the answer to every question is John Moxley is like nobody has said anything truer in wrestling ever.
Yeah.
Oh, how times have changed.
I like the idea of Hangman Page will winning. Like you say, I think he's just pure babyface. I'm going to free this company from Death Riders and John Moxley, and he does it. Hangman Page, considering going back to the dark side, and like I'm fascinated by the idea of Swerve being the one to pull him out of it, and maybe, I don't know, a tag team, you like FTR versus them down the road potentially, or something along
Those
those
two have
lines.
got a
Definitely
tag
interesting
team
stuff.
future
Yeah.
for sure, and it's going to be electric.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Right, Steve Nicholas says, if you could do a WWE style Anarchy in the Arena, who would be in it? Also, what crazy spot would you book?
WWE style Anarchy in the Arena.
Jacob Fatu.
Just like bloodline
Jacob
rules
Fatu,
matches. those.
100%.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu. I just love watching him do
Yeah.
stuff.
Javon Evans, actually, to give an NXT name in there, someone who can fly around all
Why
over
not?
the place.
Kevin Owens when he's not injured,
Oh.
obviously, but 100%.
Yeah, KO would always take a crazy bump,
Yeah.
but a crazy but meaningful bump.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
for Kevin.
Punker?
Yeah.
I'd be worried to have him take a big bump.
Yeah. But that's the thing with Anakin in the Mini. You only need a couple of people to take the
That's
big
it.
bumps.
Or he
Everyone
could,
else can
could
do
just
the nonsense.
beat the crap out of someone in a weird way that's different. You know.
This is also true.
Who's going to be the one? All right, who would be the one to walk down with a big can of petrol, like
Shane McMahon.
covered in blood?
Good idea.
But it wouldn't be like he wouldn't be covered in blood. He'd be covered in his own sweat, and the can would be full of more sweat.
I feel like that's again just Jacob Fatu. Just give every one of the big spots to Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
I would have him do just him versus 5 other people.
Yeah, there
and
you
he
go.
still wins. He kicks the crap out of everybody. And you believe it.
Yeah.
He's a psychopath, and I love watching him, and I love his mannerisms, and I can't do it probably on a podcast, but the that he does. Well,
Yeah.
I can't nail it,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But the best, and he literally calls himself all gas no brakes, so he could come down with the gas thing.
Mm-hmm.
I
All
like
gas
that.
no brakes, bitch. He's
Be
yeah,
good.
yes, please.
Set himself on fire and still win the match.
Yeah.
Beats everyone up while on fire, thus setting them on fire. Amazing.
Can we put the NXT version of Tommaso Ciampa in it? Like early
Yeah.
original,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Tommaso
yeah. Like
Ciampa
Psycho-
NXT.
the Psycho
yeah,
Killer
yeah,
one.
Yeah,
When he had no
Goldie
God.
and everything. That version of Tommaso Ciampa in
God,
there.
he was great, wasn't he? When he turned on Gargano, man,
Yeah.
that was the best.
He
was that's one of the loudest, like, heel reactions
yeah.
Yeah.
for a sustained period of time I've heard.
It wasn't like
For
a
a guy
work
in a
that
long,
he
long
didn't
time.
need entrance music, was it? It
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
well,
So good.
It wasn't like your Dominic Mysterio type of loud booing.
No.
Yeah.
But it was more meaningful booing.
Yeah.
Like if they genuinely felt hurt
Yeah.
in a time period where you thought maybe that had
Yeah,
passed.
that's gone. Yeah.
Alejandro C says, wherever Mania is next year, Vegas, I'll buy you all a drink. Meant to this
Vegas.
year, but I miss seeing Nicholas at the Aurora bar, so we'll hold you to that.
Is that right? That
Back
must
at
have
the
been
Aurora bar.
that must
Let's
have been
do
the
it.
first
Bring it
night.
back.
night one of the Aurora Bar where one of us was working really hard while the rest of them were just taking pictures. Ooh, look at me, I've got a face when it's being taken pictures.
I've got a face.
You know what? I felt so bad about that because I had no idea that was happening. I didn't know that we were doing those
It
pictures.
was kind of off the cuff, to be fair.
But
no, none of us did.
But then obviously getting there and we need... Spoiler, we have to do work still sometimes.
Well.
The amount of people who've seen us, though, like they come across and you're expecting, like... These happy-go-lucky guys.
Yeah,
And it's like,
I'm
on a laptop. I've got headphones on. Hello. Here's a quick hello.
Very nice.
I'm really sorry, but this very important SmackDown preview has to go up. Like, at a bar.
Yeah.
With, like, the least fanfare of all possible. Like, just...
decided to go, no, on a
It's
laptop.
basically a different version of an office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a little
Or
table.
sat
rocking
outside
back
the
and forward.
HyperX Arena so we can upload it on their fast
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
To anyone who saw me doing that, they must have been thinking, "What's this guy doing?" It's like it was starting to happen every night, where it would just reach a point where me holding a laptop on my hand, leaning against the wall, to eventually sitting on the floor, to eventually basically lying down on the floor because I just thought, well, I've done it this many times now; they're expecting it because I had the fastest internet
Yeah.
in
amazing,
the world,
isn't it?
apparently.
Hi to Jeff Rainmaker who says, "Greetings, legends. Question for you. I've got to be at the original... I've got to be... Start that again. Come on, try again, Adam.
Come on now, you're a big brave boy.
You can do it.
You can do this.
No, it's Jeff's fault. He's spelling wrong. No, thank you for the...
That's the way to do it. Didn't Jeff bring us loads of stuff?
Yeah, thank you again, Jeff, for that.
Thank you for that,
yeah,
Jeff. That was really kind.
But Jeff says
And
not.
everyone else who brought us loads of stuff in Mania.
I've gone to the original All In and every All Out, including the COVID one in Jacksonville. Now it looks like it's moving to Toronto. This is such an American thing. It's only a 10-hour drive. If you're me, and I know I am, do you go?
That's good. I like that. That made me laugh.
Do it. Do it, Jeff.
Do it.
I
Why
mean,
not?
in America...
Keep the streak alive.
keep the streak going, man.
It's a hell of a
Can
claim.
you even
ain't it?
drive 10 hours in the UK? Like, not round in circles, obviously.
I was
can
gonna-
do
you
that,
definitely
but,
could, yeah.
Like, is there any way that is 10 hours away from somewhere else?
Yeah, I suppose if you've done it
Right
really
from the-
badly
you were
with
right at the
traffic.
top.
Cornwall to
If you were
the
like-
tip of Scotland.
Yeah.
probably.
On the Berwick border line all the way down
Land's End,
to...
John and Groat sort of
Like,
thing.
maybe
Yeah.
if you had to then get on the ferry to then go across to the Isle of Wight or something
Yeah.
and then drive around there a bit and then come back.
Yes,
I don't
Joe. Jeff's right in the chat. It is. It's the blag of saying, well, I've done all of them, including the COVID one.
Exactly.
Do
Yeah,
it, Jeff.
Exactly.
Keep the
Hell
streak
yes.
alive.
We will
Hell
keep you
yes.
company. We've got enough podcasts to keep you going. And don't worry, Marcel, I haven't forgotten about you. Marcel, the wonderful Marcel Laviolette
Hey,
is in the
Marcel.
chat saying, howdy to the big three. For Elimination Chamber, my Ginger Brothers, the OTJ, and from the top of the cell, Big Nick. Since Gingers are a part of the black community, Marcel's words, not mine.
Listen, Marcel,
News
I ain't
to
gonna argue with you, pal.
Best, did see this on Reddit. Best ginger wrestler. Have a great weekend. You too, Marcel.
Interesting.
My brain immediately went,
Sheamus is the
to
obvious,
Sheamus
but
or
he also,
Becky.
he's also really good.
So this is all the Irish people, basically.
All the Irish.
yeah.
Or Jamie Hayter, currently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Not a
that's
natural
also true.
Ginge, Jamie Hayter.
I
but
don't know.
Daphne
Embraced
from
us.
Scooby-Doo.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, yo. Stealing my thunder. Natural redhead.
Blake Christian's a shout down the
Blake
graph,
Christian's been doing...
Vanilla
I keep
Baby.
seeing Blake Christian popping up, man. He must be doing some good stuff because he's all over the timeline every minute of my life at the moment.
Wonder how many secret gingers there's been over the years.
Yeah.
That have, like, shaved and like tried to hide it.
Do you know the
Taker?
first... Do you know the first... Yeah. I mean, if he wasn't...
there you go.
Well, is he not good? He got to be good as well. No, that's not fair. He had some good runs at some times. Did old
Sometimes.
Take. Did old Big Red.
Old Tate.
Do you know who comes to my mind? I feel like you won't remember this, but you might. Michael Hamlet would 100% remember this. Do you remember there was a guy in Big Brother? He was called like Tim or something, and he had
Shaving his chest.
shaved his chest, but then he had jet black hair, right? And he was like, but he was totally just trying to blag it off, like, yeah, this is who I am. You know what I mean? Like, I'm it's like tanned, dark hair, and he was just like this pale. Spat everywhere. He was just this pale ginger guy, but he was just like in denial. It was like he would not accept his status in the world. It was like him just turning up tomorrow looking like Italian.
Yeah. Yeah, his skin tone did not match his hair colour.
It didn't work.
And the thing I thought watching this, even at the time, was if you're trying to have this secret identity of like, no, I'm not Ginger Me, look how tan I am and look at my hair colour. So why would you go on a show with 24/7 cameras and then go, and the thing is, when he was there in that bed, wasn't he going,
Yeah. Just get rid of that before anybody notices.
Oh, Sami Zayn, of course, Brazilian Air Force.
Sami Zayn. God, we're so bad at this, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Sami Zayn. I like Sami Zayn. He's good.
He's
I
good.
like that guy.
I like that.
Oh, actually, do you know what? Apropos of nothing, let me find out the proper name of it. A friend of the channel
Okay.
many years ago, and also famed on Twitter, Myth Gifts, everybody's familiar with, has brought out a book under the, I assume her real name, JJ McGee. It's the Kevin Owens and Sami
Yes.
Zayn.
Kevin Owens approved.
And as you might be able to see on Kevin Owens' Twitter, he gave a long approval and promotion of it, as he should.
Yeah.
Because if you ever followed Myth Gifts, and shout out to you, Myth Gifts, at Myth Gifts, MITHGIFS on Twitter.
A good follow.
A great follow. Genuinely picks up on all the intricate details that you see, specifically between Kevin and Sami, but also in wrestling in general over the shows.
Sounds a great book, this, by the way.
It's written this, and she's got this incredible knowledge of the Ring of Honor history between Sami and Kevin as well, literally from day dot all the way to now.
The book's called Fight Forever, isn't it?
Yeah, and the way that they have brought all those tiny little things held onto bits. Those moments where people just say, "Oh, what a coincidence!" No, it's not a coincidence. People care that much about their art, so they're going.
Kevin Owens put in his little video. He did a car video, obviously, about it, but he was talking specifically
King of
about
car videos.
them putting these things in and never actually knowing if anyone picks up on it. And then it's when they read that book, it's like, yes, people did.
People did actually pay attention.
It was worth it.
But yes, if you haven't already, I am actually going to legitimately, I'm not just endorsing this, I am going to buy this book, so I want to read it. Go and buy it now. Available everywhere, I think. But yeah.
Sounds like a great holiday read.
Fantastic
doesn't it?
read. Absolutely worth it. Of about two of the best wrestlers that are kicking around in the world today.
I'll give you one.
Yeah.
Right, enough all this. It's now time for a bloody good quiz. And this week's quiz is brought to you by David Esposito. David, thanks as always for your message. And, well, I thought I'd dedicate this to you because David's written, "Hello, boys. After a dismal 2024, Nicholas hoped 2025 would be better for me.
Oh, I don't like the start of this. No.
It's either going to end up really good or really, really bad.
Come on, David. Oh, I can already tell by his face. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I took a much-needed vacation to Puerto Rico. I'm sorry.
no.
Took a much-needed vacation to Puerto Rico.
No.
Where I was promptly... Where I was
Where are you going with this?
Is he writing this from the grave?
No.
That's what I was thinking.
Where I was promptly electrocuted, leaving a scar on my left arm. What is the worst wrestling comeback?
Hang on.
Yes.
Hang on. I'm going to need some more information, David, if you're
Your
still here.
story, David Esposito, is the worst wrestling comeback.
David, you're still on the worst run in wrestling.
Wonderful Puerto Rico.
Oh, I was stretching. I've accidentally touched a live
What
wire
did
in
you
an
touch
elevator.
to, scar your arm? We need more
Scar, that's a
information.
lot. That's a lot of electricity. That's a lot of voltage.
electricity.
That's a
Is it
whole...
like a cool scar like that?
Is it like one of those when people get struck by lightning? And
Yeah.
Those kind of.
See, that would be dope. So maybe it's...
It's
spooky. Sorry, David, we're just trivializing your very bad electrocution and scar. I hope that's not too bad. I hope it looks cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope you're all right, mate.
And, you know,
And hey,
Chicks-
2026. That's
At least
your
you're
year.
still here.
chicks
See you
stick
in
scars.
Vegas.
Chicks stick scars, right? You know, so...
Big scars.
I have to say my brain, unfortunately, went to Grandmaster Sexay when it went to worst wrestling comebacks. Remember when they were like, guys, guess who I brought back in this feud with Jerry Lawler? It's
Remember
Grandmaster
this guy?
Sexay. Who the hell's that guy?
Yeah, that was real bad.
Ooh, there's been a lot of bad ones, though,
Yeah.
right? Come on. We can do this. I know it's Friday, and I know we're all a bit tired, but worst wrestling comebacks. I'll tell you what. Shane McMahon, WrestleMania 39.
Yeah, there we go.
Shane McMahon, WrestleMania
Shane
39.
still got it.
Shane still got it. No, he doesn't.
David's been back.
Oh, God.
Oh, David.
A dangling electrical wire over my head sparked and fell on me, about an inch long, quarter-inch wide.
On his head.
I
There's
don't
the
know.
scar on your head.
Evander's, 96 Ultimate Warriors a shout.
96 Ultimate Warrior. It's
Can't
a
be the
disaster. Oh, my God. His little hat. God bless him.
The look for a random electrical wire to just fall on
David,
your head.
that-
Oh no, my left shoulder and forearm.
Oh, that's better because that's the moneymaker right there. You can't be messing with the moneymaker where
God
possible.
damn.
Unless it's a super cool scar on on the eye. Or something.
Yeah.
Brian had the exact same thought as me. Brian Weddig of the SmackDown Photoshop said, "David, are you in a Final Destination movie?"
That was the next question. Are you in the
really
new
does,
one? It's got like bloodlines or
Yeah,
something. The new one.
If
I'm
the world
picturing
is
you
out to get you.
like just there's all this stuff happening in the garden. David's like, it's a beautiful morning, lovely day, just got paid, electric wire. What the flip? Saving you in
Thank
trouble.
you.
Saving you some trouble.
Oh, dear.
David, I'm sorry that's happened to you. And you know what? At some point, and I say this waving my snake cup at you, at some point your look is going to change, and I cannot wait for
Just
it.
about to. He's got the quiz named after him. So congratulations.
It's just about to.
Just about to.
The world famous, definitely a quiz that
Yes,
we always
Definitely.
do. Okay.
Uh,
Can't forget people come here for a quiz. Man.
yeah.
Can I
No, if,
Yeah,
plug
like
a thing?
This
Phil,
is-
if you
yeah.
win the quiz, you get to plug your thing. There you go. No, do the plug. It's,
No.
it's a really good course.
No.
So I first off want to thank everyone that's already donated to this. But I said on the news video on Saturday and on my socials and things, don't often share much about my personal life in these things. But my mum died of pancreatic cancer when I was 16 years old. And by a stupid stroke of luck, my dad got the exact same cancer last year. Yay! Luckily, he has recovered. He is in full remission and he's getting better. Done chemo, had half his intestines and things removed. He has, a lot of his insides removed. But he is doing a sponsored walk next month in June. He's going to walk 60 miles for Pancreatic Cancer UK. Which is obviously a really good charity doing really good work and something that's very, very close to my heart. So if anyone could donate, it would be hugely, I don't know, what's the word?
Good.
Appreciated.
Great.
There you go.
Appreciated.
It would be lovely.
Yeah.
His goal on Just Giving was like 215 quid, and he was saying it's like it just kind of set it for him. He didn't have a goal in mind. It just kind of set it, and then it was sat there for 60 quid for ages. And then I didn't tell him and said it on the news video, and then made it on the socials, and all of a sudden it shot up to like 700 quid, and he was
That's
like,
awesome.
"What the hell is going on?"
That's really cool.
So
Thank
it was
you,
a really
guys.
fun conversation to explain to him. It's like, oh, this is just our fans, and they're amazing people.
Well, now that we get to do it on WrestleCulture, let's keep this ball rolling because I have to say, one of the most fascinating things that I can I share that your father's.
Yes.
Link in the
Why
chat, by
not?
the way. Yeah, you just put the link in
I've
the
just
chat.
put
I've
it.
seen
Can you
Links in
pin
the
it?
chat.
Yes.
You pin it.
One,
Actually,
two.
very good.
I know that.
Perfect time for some levity, my man.
Oh, it turns out I can't pin it.
I can pin it. I'll go over and pin it. But before I do, this is just a tidbit that you should know about Phil's dad. Phil's dad used to be a badass bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like a proper. And imagine Phil telling me this information. I'm like, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to run this back, Phil.
Yeah, he dropped it just casually.
It's just,
didn't he?
Just
you
casually,
don't
yeah,
just
he
get to
just used to be a
say my
bodybuilder.
dad was a bodybuilder. He was fucking jacked as out.
He was a jack dude.
I was like, so what happened, Phil? He's not fancy it? Oh, just didn't fancy it.
He set up, he built his own gym, like
Yeah.
out of scaffolding and stuff.
I'm going to pin this. But I
I've
know
I've
this
just pinned
deal,
it. I
so,
figured.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't
we're all
find
good.
it, so. So yeah, that's pinned. If you could donate, that would be amazing. But yeah, he built his own gym out of like scaffolding and thing when I was little,
Incredible.
like in our garage, and
Yeah.
I like took it over. But he was Mr. Preston. He won-
That's
won
what it
Mr.
was,
Preston.
Mr. Preston.
yeah.
I remember.
He came second in
Did he have
Mr.
a sash?
Lancashire. No, but he had a trophy. He had a trophy that was like this big
That's
with a little
awesome.
dot and a guy on
That's
top.
so
It was pretty
manly.
cool. He came second in Mr. Lancashire,
Mr. Lancashire.
and then he didn't place when he went in for Mr. Northwest. So that was as
Okay,
far
there's
as
levels
he
to
got.
this game.
But
There's
he'll
levels to
always
the
be
game, but
Mr.
he tried.
Preston in my eyes.
Yeah.
But throughout his whole life, he carried on training and things like that. So he's a big dude. If you think he's the same height as me, but he's like 15 stone of pure muscle, and I'm 10 stone of nothing.
10 stone or something, Phil.
There's some stuff in there.
some stuff.
There's something in
Some
there.
stuff.
Jules, yes, you can donate at the end
But
of
yes,
this week.
go and
But yeah, you can
donate,
donate.
please. And thank you, everybody who has already. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
he
awesome.
dropped down to the same weight as me in the middle of the chemo. So
Yeah.
it was a bad time, real bad
Yeah.
time.
But
But
yeah,
you got
amazing
through it.
course. Check out the pin link. If you're just listening to the audio podcast, just find the live stream of this, or check out Phil's socials at Phil My Chambers for that. But this week's quiz is all about double or nothing.
Yeah.
And by that I mean not the show, because there's like not been many of them, so you know all the answers. Instead, I've done it about doubles or nothings, i.e., tag teams or people who've won 0 world titles. See what I've done there? Huh? Anyway, question number 1.
It's a long train journey back, wasn't it, from London? Long train journey, this.
Question number 1. The Usos.
A tag team.
Yes.
Tag team, correct.
1 point, Phil.
Hey, nailed it. Jimmy Uso. It's no singles titles. Done. We did it, Phil. We're flying. Next
Nailed
question.
it. 1-1.
The Usos appeared in which WWE Studios film? Was it
Good Lord.
Pointless, Countdown, The Cube, or Big Break?
This is the most... Like, what a completely round the houses quiz this is, man. Sorry, go again.
Phil. I'm just going to go for it.
yeah.
Why not? Countdown sounds like a really crappy action movie, so that.
Hey! Follow that thread, baby. Follow that thread. You're saving us loads of time here. Let's go.
Where is it? It starred Dolph Ziggler in the lead role, and Kane's in it as well.
Oh, yeah, the Dolph Ziggler's a policeman. And
Ray Thompson, a narcotics cop, recently back on duty after a suspension, received a package at the station.
I don't care.
A madman's holding a child hostage. Yeah, check it out if you want, I suppose.
If you whatever. Check it out, whatever.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
No.
You'll never get back.
Question number 2. William Regal never won a world title.
True.
But which Nickelodeon show is he scared of?
Oh, my God.
Goosebumps.
Keenan and Kel,
Is that a Nickelodeon show?
Please don't let it be
Rugrats,
Keenan and Kel.
Doug, or Cat Dog?
Nicholas.
Phil.
Fit ill. That wasn't one of the options, Phil. Cat dog.
That's what I would have said, yeah.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Ooh.
I hope it's not Keenan and Kel.
Then. Got a problem, Mr. Regal.
He's a man of a certain generation.
He just doesn't like orange soda.
Maybe.
I'm so okay, Phil. Let's go with
So
that.
what are you saying?
Let's keep
what were
it
the other
moving.
options that
Keep
aren't
it
Keenan and
moving,
Kel?
buddy.
I'm not quite gonna.
Rugrats or Doug?
Doug, what is there to be afraid of in Doug? Maybe he doesn't like kids.
What was the tune for Doug?
I can't remember.
Is that
I could also got the Rugrats theme in my head.
It's got like a
Yeah, I've got it.
Is the Doug tune like where it's like a cappella type?
Yeah. Oh.
Is that
I'll listen
something
to it
else?
afterwards.
Rugrats theme though, obviously.
What was
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
no, that was Arthur. I was thinking of the Arthur thing. I have no idea what Doug was. So, Rugrats.
No, dear, that's wrong.
It was
It
Keenan
Keenan
and
and
Kel.
Kel. For
It
God's
was
sake,
Keenan and
man.
Kel. Now, wait, everybody. He went downstairs as a child when he was really ill and basically was like...
Hang on.
He wasn't a child when Keenan and Kel were on.
There was no way that William Regal was a child when Keenan and Kel was on television. He's 100 years old.
Wait, maybe not actually. I went downstairs late at night. I was raiding the fridge for something to eat. This show on Nickelodeon, Keenan and Kel, whenever I see it now, it makes me shiver because I remember sitting and watch it then as I passed in and out of consciousness, throwing up all the time. So basically, he just associates it with like if you know if you eat
it was
something
on
when
the
you're
telly.
ill.
Right? Yeah,
It wasn't just the black people.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that wasn't it.
I'm glad that wasn't it.
I'm glad that wasn't it. Everyone won today,
Question number 3.
apart from Keenan and Kel.
Yes.
Apart from Keenan and Kel.
The Hardy Boys, tag team, appeared in a film called Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies. But why did the movie experience difficulties?
Because it was
called
Hardy Boys called
Wrestling
Pro
versus
Wrestlers.
Zombies.
Other than that,
Zombies.
Because it was a bad idea.
Was it a genuine food poisoning outbreak?
It was a good idea, man.
It ran out of money after they paid the pro wrestlers part of
Because
this.
Jeff Hardy did the soundtrack.
WWE sued the director, or one of the performers was accidentally hit with a cooking pot by Roddy Piper.
I don't know. I don't have a particular like a passion to find out. Give me it again.
Food poisoning outbreak.
No, you're gonna have to give us the whole thing again. Cause
Why
Phil,
did-
Roddy Piper.
yeah, thank you.
Yay!
There you go.
Hey, just felt like an odd thing to make up.
You know what, Phil? Do you want to just take this?
Question
this here for me. This.
Question number 4. Why did Jake the Snake's snake cause a problem for
Topical.
Hey.
for Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Because it wasn't a cup, and he had nowhere to put his liquids.
No, dear, that's wrong.
Come on.
Because Hacksaw Jim Duggan mistook it for a 2x4.
A 2x4.
No, dear, that's wrong.
The options were it ate his 2x4, it laid eggs in his bag, it nearly crashed his car by wrapping around the brake pedal, or it bit him in the bollocks. Do you want to both have another go?
Car.
Bollocks.
Car is correct.
Hey.
Good. There you go.
Question number 5. Who did Paul London and Brian Kendrick, tag team, first face in WWE? Was it V1 Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore?
That was a time.
That was the time.
The world's greatest tag team?
Oh, yeah.
A-Train and Sean O'Hare, or the FBI?
Nicholas.
Ooh.
A-Train. Because I could just picture Vince going, like, send them out there to get squashed by these massive guys.
These little dudes.
The halfway
Teach
point.
him what the business is.
It's 3-1 to Phil at this point. Question number 6. What was unique about Rowdy Roddy Piper's leather jacket? Was it lined with Kevlar in case he got stabbed? It had a hidden pocket in it for brass knucks. He never cleaned it, or it was stitched with his own hair.
Nicholas. I'm going to go with A. Did he get stabbed once, Piper? Yeah, he got stabbed once.
He was all about getting that heat.
Yeah, and he got it as well.
Yeah.
Question number
It's
7.
not like that anymore, you know. People can't
Not
get
the
real
same.
heat. If you're not getting stabbed, you're not really doing it right, are you? You know what I mean?
Which wrestler...
That's what I say. If the locker room's too chill, you're doing something wrong, boys.
Thanks, Mr. Maniac.
Which wrestler yelled, "Holy sh!" when the Young Bucks, tag team, first hit their Meltzer driver? Was it Adam Cole, Ricochet, Kenny Omega, or Walter?
Adam Cole, who, and who?
Ricochet, Omega, Walter.
Phil, one
Ricochet.
of these things is not like the other. Walter.
Walter.
No, dear, that's
Nicholas
wrong.
Ricochet. Yeah, because he wants to be like, I'm the best friend.
Yeah.
I'm Ricochet. I mean, he's doing great now, but back then, I mean, somewhere in there, he's still a massive, massive
Probably
dog.
a little bit jealous that they were doing more flippy stuff.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to be their friend. You know, like he's
Yeah,
like, oh my god, you guys are
Was
amazing.
that back when he had long hair?
Did he ever technically have long hair? He had hair.
He had long,
He had like,
Oh,
long
yes.
receding hair.
like
like such a
yeah, he
dog.
did actually,
Yeah.
didn't he? He had a, it was like the
incredible. It's an incredible photo.
Fighting the good fight.
Yeah.
Um,
He looks much better now.
Losing the good
let's
fight.
say.
3-all. Speaking of Walter, by the way, Jules says, my best friend at work told me during a chat that her uni friend used to be a wrestler and had married a big Austrian wrestler guy. Yeah, my friend's friend is married to Gunther.
Ah,
Damn.
friend's friend's Ginny.
Must be, yeah.
Damn.
Either that or
his-
someone's
or
going
his
to have a
other
really
wife.
awkward conversation.
He's the other wife. Hey?
Right, 3 to go. 3 each.
Bloody hell, how's that happened?
Yeah. Question 8. What was Shelton Benjamin's college wrestling theme music? Was it The Undertaker's theme, Ric Flair's theme, The Ultimate Warrior's theme, or Hogan Hulk's theme?
Ooh, what?
I got confused. I got his name wrong.
It's good. It's good. It's a good
You do it
bit.
to a
Clever.
friend of ours. We did it to
If
you.
you'd caught me at 9 o'clock, you would have got a good pop from that. But you're catching me at 4:38, brother. It's good stuff.
Taker, Flair, Warrior, Hogan.
Phil, Warrior.
No, dear, that's
Nicholas,
wrong.
just because it would be funny if it was, I'm going to go for Hulk Hogan.
That would be quite funny.
No, dear, that's wrong.
God, the Undertaker's theme at college wrestling with the gong and everything, which is
Quite
class.
intimidating. A good idea, I suppose. If you're getting the psyches.
Question 9. Edge and Christian, tag team, ended up in wrestlers'
Thanks
courts.
for explaining this, by the way. I wasn't quite sure.
Thanks, birdie.
They ended up in wrestlers' court because of what action figure? They gave it to Brian Gewirtz, and Hulk Holly was like, you going to wrestlers' court, boys. But what action figure was it? Was it Superman, The Flash, The Incredible Hulk, or Earthworm Jim?
We're giving it to...
God, I loved Earthworm
Earthworm
Jim.
Jim's
back
a
in
good
the day.
pull.
Phil, the Incredible
Come on.
Hulk.
No, dear, that's wrong.
So we're ruling out Earthworm Jim.
I assume so, yeah.
Be funny if it was Earthworm Jim. What were the other two? Earthworm Jim. Hooray for Jim. That's
We've
Earthworm
got
Jim.
that and the Doug theme to listen to when we go downstairs. Superman or The Flash?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why would they give either of them to Hardcore Holly?
No, to Brian
Brian
Gewirtz.
Gewirtz.
Hardcore
Brian
Holly
Gewirtz.
got him in trouble.
I assume they were like, oh, sticking up to the roaders, are you? And that's why they went.
Yeah,
into Wrestlers'
exactly.
Court.
All right. There's context. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
actual context. They don't actually know, but bothered. The second one.
The Flash?
Yeah, why not?
Oh!
All right,
Which
Phil,
means
it's all you,
all
baby.
the pressure is on you, Phil, to tie this up. Send the fans
I'm
home
so
happy
happy.
on the hardest question of all.
That is
10th
true.
question.
And as we know, there's no real chance to ever clock how to figure this question out.
No
it
pattern.
comes at you thick and fast.
Purely random.
It can just, it might as well be general. Easy one.
Careful.
Imagine if he broke it off.
I actually said this. I said this after all this time, just smash it. The handle just falls off after all this.
Okay.
You got this, Phil.
we
I
go.
believe in Phil Hendry.
Yes. Who did Dusty Rhodes form the Texas Outlaws with? Was it Dick Murdoch,
You lazy, lazy man.
Lumo didn't have great Wi-Fi, Weenie Williams,
I'm not gonna give them my pops.
okay,
I'm gonna just keep them here.
Prick Phillips,
Good.
or Schlong McGee?
McGee is such a cop out of a
Still got
song
McGee.
when you're just putting it on something rude.
What was that? Oh, we have to find out off Hamlet now. What was that funny name his mate made up? Like something bastard or something like
Oh
that.
yes.
Oh,
I believe you're still in the chat. I saw you
Hamlet, if
earlier.
you're in the chat, tell me what it was. Anyway, carry on.
I'm going to go with A.
Dick Murdoch.
Well, we'll
Please.
just think about this properly, Phil. So
Yeah,
riding
no,
on
I
this.
can
think
we
I'm-
just hear
I think
the
I'm set.
just to give him one last chance to think about it?
You got Dick Murdoch,
You got Dick
Weenie
Murdoch.
Williams, Prick Phillips, or Schlong McGee?
For a Indiana Pacers style buzzer beater.
Oh!
To tie it up at the end. Because I'm a basketball guy now. I don't know if you know this. I'm going to go with A.
Dick Murdoch.
Yeah.
Imagine if it wasn't. Actually, it was Prick Phillips. I got you all.
One day
One day.
he'll do the old switcheroo and it'll be his
the biggest
triumph,
pop.
and
Yeah.
we'll be sad that we didn't see it coming.
But you are correct, Phil Chambers, which means congratulations to Adam Nicholas and Phil Chambers, co-winners of this week's quiz. Let us know how you got on, or if you got tricked by Schlong McGee in the comment section or on
Never
X
know.
at WhatCulture WWE. Watch
They always know.
all
Always.
follow all three of us. You can follow one of this week's winners, Adam Nicholas,
At It's Adam Nicholas. You can also follow Phil My Chamber. I've done it again. How has this become a thing?
Like
you can
when they
also
follow the snake.
follow Phil
You're
Chambers.
going to name
at-
the snake Schlong McGee now. Schlong the snake McGee.
You can follow Phil My Chamber. I've done it again.
Follow me out, Phil My Chambers.
Yep,
And
there you
this
go.
guy, the Wilbourn one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Adam
There you go.
Wilbourn.
There you go.
Yeah. That was my plan the whole time.
Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. Genuinely go and donate to a fantastic cause that Phil's
Yes,
put in
you
the
do
in the
that.
chat. Or
I will
his-
pin it in my Twitter for the audio people.
Audio people.
Word.
thanks to Phil Chambers, to Adam Nicholas. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon. WrestleCulture is recorded in front of a live studio audience. Bye, everybody.
Schlong
McGee.
Schlong McGee. Rig-a-doo.
Schlongy.
I imagine Schlong McGee is the OTJ pseudonym, says some people call me Morris.
That's actually quite funny because JJ McGee is Mythgift's real writer's name, and you're Schlong McGee,
comes
a
together.
writing brother.
Of course, there's Debbie McGee too.
Of course.
There's also McGee. It's just MKGEE, which is a good
Yeah.
singer,
And
artist.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, is that a person?
You've missed this, haven't you? Huh? This.
Hey?
This.
It's good stuff, isn't it?
It's good stuff. It's all
Mac
good stuff.
McGee Gyllenhaal, McGee Gyllenhaal, McGyllenhaal,
Maggie.
Yeah, Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Maggie
Yeah,
Gyllenhaal.
see, there you go.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
That's who
sister.
Katie Holmes
okay. I wasn't
transformed
talking
into.
bollocks.
That's who
No,
Katie.
other way around. Other way around.
No, Katie Holmes
Oh,
transformed
sorry,
into
she transformed
Maggie
into that.
Gyllenhaal.
Sorry, yes.
And then died.
You were correct.
In Batman, of course. Spoilers, sorry.
In fiction. In fiction. Sorry.
Yeesh.
I mean, yeah. Come on, it's been years
Come on.
now, isn't it?
Come on now.
Come on, grow up.
Come on.
Grow up. Thank
Come
you,
on,
everybody.
Let's go to the pub. Come on.
Thank you, everybody, as always, for joining us.
Pub.
Pub. Ooh. Pour my pint
Pub,
into this
Nicholas.
bar, man.
Just take this to the pub as well.
Put your pint
In here, please, bartender.
I'll have one more snake of your ale, please.
Please, sir.
You have a snake bite in there.
There you go.
Okay.
Snake bite and a snake.
Bye, everybody. I'm not here next week, but I'm sure they'll do something. Bye.
For one beautiful week. One beautiful week, we're back together. And then you choose right now at the end to just blow it all up again. You son of a bitch.
Swear all you want. I've stopped
God
recording.
damn.
Bye.
This fucking
Son of-
guy.
See you later.
Go fuck yourself.